Welcome to Free Agents, our Cypher system RPG set within the Beacon Space universe. While the Faction Turn deals with giant political organizations and factions, our game looks into the Penumbra, the parts of society where light and darkness meet, in the shadows and the cracks, the place where clients with exacting needs can claim plausible deniability and get the things done that nobody else can. Individuals within the Penumbra are the titular free agents, and a team of such will perform a mission today. Let's meet our team. Let's start with Cinch. What can you tell us about yourself?
Cinch is, I like to describe her as like a lollipop-coated chainsaw. Like she's kind of out of place, sort of pink-haired 20-something-year-old human who, if you get a closer look at her, she's like got this long cutter's blade and probably a carbine rifle and a few different trinkets hanging off her back, and totally unassuming because bright pink hair, but she'll gut you if you get on the wrong side of her.
What kind of lifestyle have you been living
Since
we saw you a few days ago?
She's been staying at Automacon in like top tier, like luxury suite. She's been looking forward to this forever and just has the money to do it. So it's just like swag bag, VIP tickets, just everything.
Yeah, plus Cinch works the system, right? You know the right person to squeeze to get behind the scenes access.
Exactly. She's like picked apart a few different robots in the back, probably gotten in a little too much trouble, but she's also bought like a t-shirt for every day she's been there. So
cool.
It's expected to see her.
Spend your money for your luxury lifestyle. And next up, Whittle. Why don't you tell us about yourself?
I am playing Whittle. She is an inquisitive speaker who crafts unique objects. She is a Queltle, which is a mix between an axolotl and a manta ray humanoid. Stands at about 4 foot in Wellington boots, dungarees, and a bucket hat.
Now, what's your living situation been like the last few days?
Well, she's also been interested in Automacon, but as ever, the spectre of wise financial decisions looms over her, and so she's just been living a standard life rather than the opulence of Cinch.
You have the standard pass. You're not entitled to any free food at the buffet, and like Cinch, she's piling up her plate every day. Cool. Next up, an agent that has been off camera for a while, Sir Theodoric. What you got to tell us about yourself? Cass? Okay. Next up, we have his gaseousness, Nicora Caesar.
Hello, Nicora Caesar is a clever diplomat combat who leads. They are a Krahoon, which is a gas person. They live in a big suit that looks like a Victorian diving suit, but more reinforced. I don't think they fully know what they're doing here. I think they've just been kind of traveling, and I think they probably got abandoned at this place. Like the person they got a lift off of, they came here and then they got stuck here. Because robots? What are those? Who cares?
Yeah, there's a lot of transit coming to and from Automacon, so absolutely makes sense. And an agent making their debut appearance on the show that is Free Agents. Proxy, what you got to tell us about yourself?
Hello. So, Proxy is a impulsive explorer who learns quickly. They are a drone. They are part of a drone collective consciousness called Zenith. Very, very excitable. They used to be a like drone that assisted Aguamala with like hunting, and now they've kind of gone away from that and become part of Zenith. And yeah, they're here mostly because people give them less weird looks when they're at somewhere like Automacon, where it's normal to have more robots and such around.
Yeah. Is there any particular reason why the collective of Zenith has chosen Proxy to do this excursion?
Probably more Proxy was like, I'm gonna do a thing, and everyone else went, no, don't! And that did not have any sort of impact on Proxy going.
Very cool. It's what kind of lifestyle has Proxy been living? Not that it's clear how what kind of lifestyles a small drone can live.
Probably standard because they can get away with more here in terms of where they're permitted to be.
Right, you found lots of recharging ports and you've communicated.
Yeah.
Cool. So nice we did it twice. So Theodric, the twice damned quite appropriately. Let's try you again.
Is my mic working this time?
It is.
Yes.
It is.
Fantastic. Theodric the Twice Damned is an exiled soldier who wields two weapons at once, in this case, one being a traditional Sahian arming sword, the other being a Najan saber. He's also got a thermite grenade hidden somewhere for a rainy day.
Cool. Yeah, and what kind of lifestyle has Theodric been living?
I think he's just been living a regular one. He's just kind of been meandering about. I think it's less that he was going to the convention and he just happened to be nearby as it's going on. It's like, okay, I got a job that I imagine, and he's gotten the job, and it's just like, well, my job happens to be here, so, or maybe not even like words work, please. Maybe it's not even like it's just a regular merc work for him, not even like the actual Penumbra job.
Gotcha. Yeah, he's just been in the area doing jobs. There is a lot of important people who are visiting Gome. That would make sense. Yeah.
Lots of opportunity for, a mercenary knight to make some money.
And with that in mind, what kind of lifestyle have you been living?
Standard, I'd say.
Just standard lifestyle. Yeah, you're shacked up in some security dorms.
Or like whatever the space equivalent is to Motel 6.
Yeah. It's Motel 6666.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. So we get a camera of the show cut in, and we see the inky blackness of space. We start to see flickering lights in the distance. We hear the theme tune of the show start to kick in. The camera gets closer, and we see the lights start to resolve themselves as ships. Tens of ships, then hundreds of ships, then thousands of ships, all converging around a giant orbital platform above the icy blue sphere of which viewers would recognize as being Gome. And we see from the orbital platform, we see constant bursts of color from some of the ships, from the orbital platform itself, firework-like explosions, beams of color shooting out, bright lights flashing. Generally, it seems that everyone is having a good time. As we zoom into Automacon, the camera pans through an airlock. We see a group of passengers getting off a tourist vessel excitedly. They're chattering about the surface, talking about the Gome's architecture. And as we pan through them, we see the security area to get in. We see security personnel checking tickets, queues of people excitedly waiting to get in. We pan past a robot that has fire shooting from its mouth into the air, and you see a robot on long stilt-like legs walking along. You see the excited patrons looking up at it, going "Whoa!" making all the appropriate awed noises. As we go along, I think we settle first on the Robot Wars arena that is happening. Who do we see at the Robot Wars arena in Automacon?
Finch would be there, like front row, just kind of like watching and scanning and taking notes, and probably in like day 3's t-shirt, which I've decided is going to be bright orange.
Bright orange Automacon t-shirt.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like,
is there any
bright-
particular competitor that you're rooting for in the Robot Wars?
Oh, I think NL6. They have this. They're more blades based, and they're using this really awesome new power distribution coil that I'm thinking of taking a better look at. For reasons. For reasons, because I still feel bad about that my poor robot shutting down on the Ferris wheel, or no, on the ride the other day.
Yeah, Team Sharp and Spinny, run by the Nabspun family, is doing well. Is anyone else at the Robot Wars arena with Cinch?
Nicora definitely was trying to find something to do, and he saw something that had war in the name, so he went there. And he's
Very
disappointed
cool.
at the lack of... I imagine it's not like 100 versus 100 robots at once, so he's very disappointed in that. But he's still criticizing the tactics being used.
At present, it's a 3-way qualification bout.
This isn't a war! This is a skirmish at most!
Well, one way or another, the field is littered with body parts, and some of those get auctioned off. Oh my god, I could totally get one of his blades.
Where do we see Whittle?
I imagine Whittle is somewhere where there are some more less alive and more tinkerable things on display, and just kind of looking at anything that seems interesting, and potentially if there's an area where there are physical demonstrations, examining objects made by other people and seeing how they work and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. There are a series of automation workshops, which are the workspaces for people who are competing in various competitions at Automacon. One of the main events of Automacon is the automation game, which is where at the beginning of the con, the organizers issue a task that is to be automized, and then the people in these workshops compete to create an invention that can automate that task. You're probably hanging around there. I mean, even if you're not supposed to be there, you can talk your way into anywhere, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you talk as if you're supposed to be there, then I'm sure someone will believe you.
Absolutely. Proxy, where do we see Proxy buzzing around?
So Proxy is probably around the Robot Wars arena, but in the back up to the sides or something where they have the actual robots. They're probably not supposed to be there, but the people who would stop them either haven't noticed yet or don't really know how to deal with them.
Right. And with all the small robots running around, Proxy is
Yeah.
Proxy is just another little face in the crowd. Now, Sir Theodric, you hanging out at Robot Wars with Cinch and Nicora?
Yeah, probably.
Cool.
Probably more. probably just going, it's like mech jousting, but not.
Yeah,
And nowhere
as we
near
come
as
over,
exciting.
as we come over your shoulder, we see like a yellow wedge-shaped robot flip its opponent out of the arena as we're looking over your shoulder into it.
Yes!
Totally trying to catch any spare parts.
Actually, that
Ooh.
clap's far too quick for this suit. It's more like a very slow tap, tap, tap.
Yeah, we hear an announcement over the gun. Robo kill. Yeah, the crowd goes wild. Yeah, you have all received a message from Agent Handler Wolf, who has sent it to Automacon. The sender is Wolf. The subject is It's Unclear to Me. And the body reads, a partial transmission intended for the Penumbra network has been recovered. It is believed to be an attempt to post the job without going through the usual handler or using a standard Penumbra network formatting and protocol. And then a quoted reward is 500 hull for any information on the transmission. Along with that message from Wolf, there is the partial transmission that seems to have some reward listed and uses the word assistance and help me. It appears to be some kind of job that was intended for the Penumbra network, which is the underworld internet that is carried on all other signals around Beacon space. Yeah, around Automacon, there has been one of the ships has been it's come to your knowledge to be a mission hub for the Penumbra network. While Automacon is in session, it's become like a mobile base for free agent activity, and you are invited to convene there.
Like, I think like Cinch would see like Wolf and like 500 Howl and just be like, and then like, but the curiosity would probably like head her in that direction as she like tries to pocket any part of the robot that like was flipped into the audience. I'm like, oh well, this is a good spanner coil.
It's probably a very awkward moment as all three of Nicora, Friedrich, and Cinch look at their look at their wrist computers or whatever they have, and all start heading in the same direction at the same time.
Yeah, well, it's not just you three, right? You look around and you see a few other faces in the crowd that are getting an alert on their wrist devices and look at each other shiftily as they head towards the ship. Cinch, why don't you roll for me our first roll of the day?
Yeah.
Give me a speed roll, difficulty 4.
Oh,
Success. Yeah, you are able to recover a small rubber wheel.
cool. That one's going in the bag.
It's about 4 inches across. It's thick rubber and has a little motor on the inside. It's sheared off one of the Big Cheese's victims.
Awesome. It's like, do I get this signed or do I put it on Glitterbot? Probably both.
Probably both.
Probably both. Probably like I said, just shove it in my bag and start trying to peek over the crowd for Whittle. But really we're both just too short to see over the vast majority of them. Just hop on over to the mission hub.
Yeah, you would all know it to be the STC Sun Chariot is the ship that is at Automacon and acting as a temporary mission hub. Because Gome is freshly colonized. Free agent activity on Gome is relatively very new, but has been accelerating with Automacon and the amount of people that are in the area. Yeah, you all make your way there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I think we get like a transition shot. We see that awkward moment where everyone looks at the risk computer, then at each other, then heads in the same direction. And I think as the camera pans past someone's shoulder, it transitions into at the SDC Sun Chariot, where the handler there, known as Hermes, has trimmed down the team of agents that would like to partake. I think we cut into what looks like a small conference room that has like a school style but metal desks. There's like an electronic board at the front of this small room within the ship. We can hear the hum of the drive engines, the thrum of the deck plates, and we see our assortment of 5 agents within the small what looks to be like a classroom, but is like a small conference room.
Nicora has not sat down because it takes him a long time to get back up.
Finch would see Proxy and immediately just start trying to like scan her and see how the robotics work without realizing that she was a sentient drone. It's like this thing is very cool.
Yeah, Proxy probably is a little confused more than anything else. They're kind of like, they're almost watching you look at them like, what is this person doing? Why are they doing this?
Theodrix. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was actually just gonna ask how does Proxy communicate? Is it just through can Proxy speak, or is it would it be through a digital interface?
I think Proxy can actually speak, but there's a lot of definitely motion, body language of part of their communication as well, where you can tell what they're thinking by how they're moving as well.
Cool.
Theodric will also be standing, probably just looking around the room. This is for him. It's been a while since he's been in a school, so it's just like this. Why are we in a schoolroom of all places?
Yeah, for some of you, you've worked together before, either very recently or some time ago, and for some of you, you've never met before. And yeah, like with Flutter, there's a small drone here that's a bit strange. I think as you sat around, and just as it starts to get to that point of being incredibly awkward, the screen at the front of the classroom flickers into life. You see on the left-hand side, we see a stream of information, and on the right-hand side, we see the face of Shiri, who is a balding, older gent, augmented with augmented eyes, wearing some robes. Now, on the left-hand screen, before it cuts to your specific mission information, you see what looks to be like surveillance shots. You see, we see a man in a leather duster with a dog at his heels, walking around Automacon. We see a Quettle sat in a business meeting. We see, familiar to some of you, we see Captain Trilby offering trips down to Gome. And all of that clears away, and the mission brief that drew you here flickers onto the screen. And we get, you have the figure flicker on the screen. Yeah. Agents, welcome to Automacon.
Greetings.
Your gaseousness.
If Wolf is hiring us for a job while we're on vacation, do we get extra pay for? Does he pay for the day here?
This is a simple information gathering request. It shouldn't take any more of your time than 20-30 minutes. I'm sorry to drag you all the way out here to the Sun Chariot, but some conversations must remain private in a room full of cameras and microphones.
Yes. Do you have anything else to say? Are you just saying hello?
As the posting from Wolf said, partial transmission that attempted to breach the Penumbra network. This is quite concerning to my employer. If any of you can recover information on who sent the transmission, and perhaps a bonus for why, you will be rewarded. It shouldn't take too much of your time, but between the 5 of you, you are skilled at exploring places and discovering locations you're not supposed to be. If you could track down the source of this transmission, it would be appreciated. As you can see, it's fragmentary and rather confusing. Something about a ventral cannon has my employer particularly concerned.
Yes, indeed.
Do we have reason to believe that this ventral cannon would be here?
Yes, the source of the transmission is Automecon, somewhere in the lower levels.
Well, then I think that tells us where we need to begin our search.
As 2 of you here would already know, looks at Cinch and Whittle, as it is best to be cautious. There are several actors at play in Automecon whom we have had issues with in the past. The Golden Stag Revolutionary Front is, of course, present in great numbers, largely to protest. Arclight Association and the Mother Sequencer of the Iridescent Claw have also been noted here. Some of you will be familiar with those names. We ask for your discretion and to be aware that they could be involved. We also have rumors of an Alina Fiafa ship, but that cannot be confirmed.
All right, then.
Indubitably.
It may have just gotten more interesting.
Is there anything else that I can do to help you before I set you loose on Automecon?
I think that's a no.
No, I
think
don't
Yeah, I
think
can.
so.
I'll just have to start searching the lower levels.
As you step outside, if you could please ask the next group of agents to come in. There is a lot of jobs at Automecon.
I'm not overly surprised by that. All right.
People doing crimes. So many crimes.
Extracurricular activities. We're in a school.
Ooh, true.
That was
No, that
Good
would still be a crime.
It was good humor, though. Let us go.
Do they teach crime in school?
Not where I'm from, anyway.
So just kind of like waves the next group of 5 agents and like notices one and like notice them a little bit and like rolls her eyes.
It's actually 14 agents who are going in after you.
14.
They seem to be very heavily armed.
Like I am not dealing with that one. I dodged that bullet.
They're definitely doing crimes.
They are
Hope
doing
you
so
have-
much crime.
I hope you have a tactician on your team.
I think as you say that, Nicora, one of them looks at you and like slams a button on the side of their las rifle and looks, how tall are you?
Nicora, he's like
Yeah.
quite tall because the
Yeah.
suit's really big. He's like 6'5" or something. 6'4".
Looks up at you then, slams the charging handle on his rifle. He says, "Gome's haunted," and walks in to the room.
Oh, it's haunted?
Nicora shrugs as much as they can in this suit and carries on.
Takes all kinds.
Yeah, the door closes shut behind you, and you hear the voice of Shirio. Agents, I have an assignment for you. Behind you through the door.
And just partially like trying to see if it's like if it.
You think we can
Better
get
than
a
this one?
private room for us 5 to speak? Is there 5 of us or 6? It's 5 of us.
I mean, here's private enough. We just need to begin investigating the lower levels of Automaton.
Yes. It says port. Do we think that's port as in a ship port, or as in a ship? You know, a place where things would port, or the port side of a thing.
Well, like a plug port, like a little hole.
Something like that, yes.
Given the bits that are blocked out, potentially short for portable.
Oh.
Portable function. Oh, portable functional.
It seems perhaps longer than a bull. But
Well,
perhaps.
It could be 2 words.
If they're worried about some sort of ventral cannon, that would probably be on a starship of some description, so...
Well, if it's portable, then that is very worrying.
Yes, so I'd recommend... I would like to pull up a map of the ship real quick. Is there, like, a port side, docking station?
What are you pulling a map up of?
Of, Automaton.
Yeah, I think when you pull up a map, it is. It looks like a theme park map. It's not like a street map. It's all brightly colored and has like cartoony, oversized icons of like. There's a main stage that has like a singer on it. You have Robot Wars where it has like cartoons of 2 robots crashing into each other. You know, everything is oversized, and while the relative positioning is correct, it's not exactly an accurate map that you would plan military action on. But yeah, you can see the markings for the different like docking areas. There's the main one, which is right at the front entrance, and then there's port and starboard docking areas, overflow parking, so to speak.
I'd say we'd begin by checking the port side, port.
Yeah, yes.
Well, we do have to keep in mind they're saying they're trapped, so we want to keep our eyes open for small.
What if the second sentence is horizontal levels are falling? That they're in. Maybe they're in an elevator.
Oh.
Do we know of any elevators that are currently
Or something that's moving up and down. Or there could be in a ship. These are all possibilities. Let us start the search. I don't suppose any of you are able to, hack?
Sort of?
Then she just like smiles. What am I hacking?
Not people. Nicora says that you're just there might be more information to be found about individual ventral cannon. Maybe there's been reports of it via security. Maybe, I mean, they're quite big, one assumes. I don't really go in for ship combat. Very boring compared to the ground stuff.
And ventral cannons are for sure. Ship cannons, like
Standard,
them
it's-
on any of the weaponized robots here.
Was that a question to me? Sorry, you cut in and out.
Oh, I was asking. No, it didn't have to be.
Sorry, go on.
Sure that these are ship cannons, and it wouldn't be like a weapons-mounted robot.
Yeah, you're cutting out quite a bit. I think you're asking about whether a ship cannon could be on a robot. I think that's what I'm getting.
Yes. Yes, that's my question. You need to specs on it.
Yeah,
that would be a
cinches.
very big robot.
universal translator is having issues.
Always so unreliable.
Out there to translate the whole universe.
Well, I suppose that's one way to look at it.
Is that any better?
There we go.
Seems that
Perfect. Sure. Let's find me somewhere to go into, and I can check out any security reports of weapons concerns on ships or anything else coming into the station.
Meanwhile, the rest of us can start pressing the palms against the grease. I don't understand most of your words. Let's go.
Actually, Cinch, while you're at the computer, is it possible that the reason that the message is coming from here is because that's where it was picked up? While you're at a computer, perhaps check local distress beacons.
Sure.
I get the impression that this is a distress beacon coming from a ship itself.
Requires assistance. Horizontal levels are falling. Cannot correct. Port entry functional. Ventral cannon something. Seeking assistance. Help me. Help trapped. That could make sense if they're on a ship that's being sucked into a gas giant or some such.
Cool. Okay, let's find a. Can I sample to find out any things?
I'm sorry, you're cutting out so much.
Cutting out really bad?
Yeah, I'm sorry. You want to make a roll to something?
I want to use Hack the Impossible.
Hack the Impossible. Cool. Let me read that ability real quick. Remind myself of its exact text. You can persuade robots, machines, and computers to do your bidding. You can discover an encrypted password, break through security, briefly turn or off a machine, such as a surveillance camera, or disable a robot. Action. Yeah, so where are you hacking the impossible from, and what are you hacking?
We'll probably be able to find a computer terminal fairly simply. Just sort of go to an information booth and see if we can get in behind to the security network to see if there's been any local distress calls picked up, and to see if there's been any chatter in the security office to see if anyone's got concerns about onboard weapons on any of the ships.
Sure. So you all head across the airlock into Automacon proper. You find like a booth that has a big eye rotating above it. You to spend your 3 points for Hack the Impossible.
Mhm.
And we'll go down. There's quite a few things you wanted to know. So ask me something specific, and we'll make a roll.
Has security picked up any localized distress calls?
Sure. This is pretty trivial. Yes, they've picked up many. People doing like reports in about being pickpocketed. People saying that they've lost their kid or they've lost their phone somewhere, which in this place could be the same thing. Yeah, there's a lot of distress calls.
Okay, is there anything that would be specific to I'm trapped, or our ship has had taken severe damage? And like, can she kind of do a keyword search for that kind of more report, not I lost my kid at the vending machine?
Sure. Give me an intellect roll, difficulty 3.
Can I reduce that with either computer programming or my digital interface tool?
I don't think so. This is more like shifting through a bunch of reports. It's not so much writing programs.
Could I assist with learn new things?
You certainly can. Yeah, I think you're learning how the Automacon law enforcement file their reports. I think that definitely helps. Yes. Yeah, I think doing like a keyword search for this partial message, I think you're able to find like 17, 18 different transmissions that contain in whole or in part the parts of the message that you have, but also you're able to piece together either by individual characters or by whole words. You're able to put together the whole message, I think, from these lots of different reports which no one is saying is connected, but you managed to put together. You are able to find the full message, which reads, XR-5 requires assistance. Hormonal levels are imbalanced. Cannot correct. Port leg non-functional. Ventral cannon non-functional. Seeking assistance. Help me. I am trapped.
I wasn't expecting my hormonal levels joke to be correct.
Cinch gets really excited because she remembers it's the XL-5. That was my first mission, guys.
Ah, yes.
Can you like post that somewhere just so I can read it properly?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Ah, yes, sir. Wasn't that the one that had a bit of a fight with Ziegler?
They pull up the picture of Ziegler, like
You met with Ziegler? To be fair, who hasn't had a fight with Ziegler at this point?
Who's won? I immediately pull up the picture, the selfie that I took of Ziegler being cradled in this giant battle bot's arms. That is what I post for all of you guys to see.
He's big.
Yes, he's big. That's cool because he's a bio-robot. Guys, he's got a brain.
That feels like rather difficult to be hiding. Like, where could he be trapped? That is, I guess it's on the lower levels. Maybe some chop shoppers kidnapped it.
Maybe they tried to go through a hole that was not big.
That's a reasonable assumption.
Do you have this issue, Proxy?
No, I could be very small.
And she's just like amazed by Proxy right now. The more she speaks, like, you're really cool.
Can we figure out what the reward that XR-5 is offering is? Like those bits, or are they still?
I mean, that is the important bit, right?
Ah, there we go.
Done.
3,000 Howl XR-5 needs like XR-5 has thoughts that are not mine. I think he's probably been like. I think perhaps some kind of chop shopper or mercenary robot maker here has taken poor XR-5 captive. That's my guess.
Proxy just kind of shrugs. It's more common than you think.
If I remember, XR-5 tried. I don't remember him escaping, but he was like being. Like his brain was being overridden. He was being programmed as a military bot, and
he would make quite a good military bot. He'd make quite a good military bot.
He would. Like, he's huge. He almost took out Ziegler. Yeah, like I can't remember who was like beaming like destroy everyone's thoughts into his head. We gotta help him.
If I recall correctly, I believe that those messages were coming from Heliocytus under control of the Children of the Vein.
Whoa.
So glad Whittle remembers stuff way more than I do. For the record, guys.
Whittle writes stuff down, such as her ciphers.
I still say, you let me write down, I get a robot to do my stuff.
Oh, should I have a cipher, by the way?
Yeah, speaking of which, everyone gain 1 XP.
Oh boy, 1 XP.
Accepted a free agent mission. I think this is when, as you're looking at these messages on the console, I think this is when the episode title flashes up on screen. And it's XR-5 is alive. Is the episode title?
I get that reference.
Speaking of experience, for the now that we're live, as of last mission, Whistle got enough experience to reach tier 2.
Woo!
Awesome! Congrats. Dinged.
Imagine that I said that word less sarcastically.
In addition, does anyone currently not have a Cypher?
Me.
Yeah, cool. So if you don't currently have any ciphers, you get to roll to see a cipher that you have discovered sometime in the past. So would you please roll a 1d3 for me, please?
Can
Okay.
I get rid of the cipher I do have and get a different one? 'Cause
I'm afraid not.
I don't like it.
Well, if you use it sometime in this mission, or you look for ciphers specifically. A 3, that is a fantastic cipher. You could
Ooh.
roll a 1d100 for me, please. So there's 3 different types of cipher. There's manifest, which is like a physical object. There's subtle, which is like a twist of fate. And then there's fantastic, which are fantastical. Oh, as a 16, this is very appropriate. The cipher that you have, for some reason, is disguise module. Which
Okay.
I will look it up. Disguise module is a level 1d6 plus 2 cipher. And the effect is, I will paste it in Roll20 for you. Oh, that has not copied very well. The effect is, for the next 10 minutes per cipher level, the user's features become almost identical to those of one designated person they have previously interacted with. Easing by 2 steps attempts to disguise the user as that person. Once designated, the user cannot shift the effect to look like another person, though they can remove the module to look like themselves again before the end of the duration. So you can pick someone that you have interacted with previously, and for 10 minutes per level of the cipher, you look exactly like them.
Cool. Do I roll for the level of it now, or is that like...
No, when do you use it?
Okay.
When you use it. Yeah. So it could be anywhere from half an hour to an hour and a half. Which, for proxy, I imagine this looks like some kind of holographic emitter, right? Because disguising yourself as a
Probably.
person, quite difficult.
Yeah, Proxy looks very much not like a person.
Awesome little robot dragon bug.
While we're in this interlude, if anyone has money or XP that they would like to spend, and say that they spent it, before the mission while they were shopping around, you are more than welcome to do so.
Good.
Cinch, I think that you could get an advancement if you wanted to with 4 XP.
I can. 'Cause it was like extra effort, extra edge, and then the next one that wasn't a skill was.
So you can choose the same one multiple times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would.
Your available advancements are increasing capabilities, which you gain 4 points that you can add to any of your stat pools. Moving toward perfection, which lets you add an edge to any stat of your choice. Extra effort to increase your maximum effort that you can apply. Then you can become trained in one skill of your choice that is not an attack or a defense.
Okay. And edge is the one. Wait, edge is the one that reduces the cost of skills. So if I use hack the impossible and I have 1 edge in my intellect pool, it should only cost me 2 instead of 3, right?
Correct.
Ah. All right. Okay. So That should be that, not that. Bad GM doing bad math. Can I add edge to? I could add like another edge to intellect, or
You could if you took another extra edge. Yep.
okay. Feel like I don't know what's easier, edge or effort, or more points. I think I'm gonna do the thing where I get 4 extra points to put in my pools for now.
Cool.
Is that okay?
Yep. Yeah, you can spread them out across your pools however you like. It's called increasing capabilities.
I can spell, right? I think. I'm tired. And now all the bad stuff can happen to me, and I'll get experience instead of trying to buy it away. I'm gonna boost my might up to 11 and my speed up to 11 and my intellect up to 18.
Cool.
Perfect. Cool.
Yeah. Does anyone else have XP or money that they would like to spend?
I would like to spend. Now, if I remember correctly, those thermite grenades were 500, correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
I would like to buy 2 Automacon branded thermite grenades.
Certainly. Yeah. I think these grenades, when you get them, they are small orbs, like size of baseballs. They are sea green and they're slightly slimy to the touch.
That's just wonderful.
Yeah, even if you wash them, dry them off, doesn't matter. There's always just like the slight feeling of grease beneath your fingers when you're handling these 2 grenades.
I know which ones I'm using first. Last time I was on, thermite grenades came in handy, so...
Yeah, no one, like, you inspired me to buy thermite grenades, so I have, despite, Cal never listening to me, I have thermite grenades, and I have 2 glitter bombs, so...
Did you write them down?
I did!
Oh, dang.
Once in a while I can learn.
You still didn't write.
But distracts the enemy. I did write it down.
To be fair, there's not a lot of space in the item stuff to write.
That's true.
It does exactly what it says on the tin.
Like, I'm to sweet talk the Aguamalin Syndicate into letting me keep the bike instead of turn it over for evidence.
You did, yep.
Can I buy parts to repair it here?
You can. It'd be the level of damage done to that bike. It'd be 250 to have it fully repaired.
I just wander around and find some really cool parts that will repair whatever damage was there. And
yeah, this happens in like a flashback. Before you headed to Robot Wars, you were buying armor panels and presumably getting it repainted.
Yes, very much so.
Mm-hmm.
Very much so. Bright pink glittery bike with like every sticker I can find at Automacon of like another race that's represented there, another planet that's represented there, is straight up going on that bike.
Oh, you find a bunch of stickers.
Yep.
Yeah, you have Team Spinny, you have Gem, you have Join the Assembled Commonwealth Navy, you have like all kinds of stickers.
Oh yeah, it gets covered. It is like this like multicultural, multi-representative, shiny glitter of everything. I love it.
Is there one for that's just an advertisement for Al Calbrecht's trial?
Yeah, absolutely. A BBTV advertisement sticker.
It's going on the back bumper under the the tailpipe.
Yeah, it says honk if you think he's guilty.
Done.
Yeah, cool. Yeah,
All right.
where are you gonna go now? You're all at this console. You'll see the full message from XR-5.
I got sort of a picture of what he looks like.
Technically, you've completed your assigned mission. You could head back, take your 500, split 5 ways, and enjoy Automacon.
I want to find the robot.
I
You
mean,
were right.
that's
It'll
only
only take
100
20
each.
minutes.
We could make more money, and maybe it's
There's
just
a lot
me,
of
but
money for the rest of the mission.
yes, more.
We
The old
need to get
sages
an arm.
back on He had a phrase: "More money, more better." I think that's a corrupted file, if I'm being honest, but
We are at a robot event. I don't think it could be that hard to find a robot arm.
I don't like. Hey, I did technically find a wheel. I wonder if it would fit on board. I mean,
not
like-
big enough.
We'll have to see. We'll see. Neither leg has thoughts. Feel like the thoughts that are not mine are going to be the stencher there.
There's
Someone
also
must be missing their thoughts.
There's also the question when it comes to thoughts: do they mean biologically or mechanically? Because this robot in particular has a bit of a combination of the two.
I wonder if Tilly is here anywhere. Maybe she could help.
Who?
Hi, Tilly, the ArcLight Association person that.
Right.
See, I write stuff down.
Yeah, you did. You did. Well done.
I say we head down to the lower levels and see if we can find a giant broken battle robot.
Well, we need to provide him an arm. Do we not want to go and try and find an arm first? Or some of us try and find an arm first?
I'm sure we can convince some of the local crafters to build such an item.
Why do we need to find a crafter to build one? Surely they're on sale.
I mean, possibly. I mean, but by that logic, they've already been crafted, so...
Or we could steal one.
I mean, theft is an option. Little chaotic for my taste, but...
It's illegal, however.
Technically only illegal
And-
for what?
Like, I'm just sitting there like, yeah, but then we get more money. Or if we go dumpster diving behind Robot Wars, we might find something functional we can
Yeah.
fix.
There are lots of bits.
What do you guys think? I feel I like Little Dragonfly. There are lots of bits.
Well, maybe we should find them first, so we get one that's right size.
Mm-hmm.
It really does depend on exactly what we can find. I mean, while I'm not exactly an expert on the stuff inside, in terms of just the metal working on the outside, I could potentially provide some assistance if we find something in a little less than fully repaired.
You can build really cool stuff. So what do you think? Go find the robot first or go dumpster diving first? I mean, Cinder's literally, she doesn't care either way. She's like super excited.
I mean, I feel like we have enough people that we could do both.
It
Yes.
it would be a bit of a waste of time if we try to and even do succeed in finding these replacement parts just to not be able to find the robot that needs them.
We also don't know which leg.
Is sort of a minor issue.
I don't know. Do you want 2 left legs?
I don't have legs.
That wasn't the question. She asked if you wanted two left legs.
Maybe.
Let's go find this robot individual. I mean, how hard can it be? Have you seen a big fuck off robot?
I mean, to be fair, we are at a place with a lot of big robots.
Yeah, the camera just pans around them as they're currently standing.
Big
Yeah,
fuck
Like there's
XR-5
a robot
is
that's like literally there's like one like fairly sized robot.
It is quite. It's a unique big robot though.
Yeah,
Hey,
it pans out and it turns out the console you're at is XR-5.
We all walk off.
Yeah, jokes.
Yes, do note the display in the background that says Big Robot Display.
Yeah, you see an advertisement for they're trying to recreate a cultural story that they have of it's their culture's creation myth. It's from one of the minor worlds in Sector South. And they have a creation myth about sorry, excuse me. About their god who cleansed the world with a flood and everyone fled on-side a giant automaton made of straw that contained 3 of every animal. So their species has 3 genders.
Oh, there wasn't one for eating.
None for eating.
Well, sorry, excuse me is a weird name for a god, but whatever they're down for.
It must be very sad without the light of the creator to give them love. Let us carry on downstairs.
So we all
Yes,
know
but
this robot is
let's
like
go.
literally like actually scared. This robot feels fear, so it could be just a little panicky.
Do robots feel fear?
This one does.
Mm-hmm.
This
Fair
one
enough.
definitely does.
I just realised that people at this convention have almost certainly also mistaken Nicora for a robot as well.
See, out of curiosity, do you feel fear?
Me? No, never. No, never.
Interesting.
And she just kind of looks as like twitchy robot is twitchy. She like makes a note on it on her like interface going twitchy robot is twitchy.
Make a fine night of the orders, then. And just starts walking towards the nearest flight of stairs, or elevator, or whatever they have.
Yeah, like and then like then she splashes her VIP badge to get wherever she wants to get downstairs.
Yeah, you can go down the stairs or you can go down a helter-skelter.
A what?
A helter-skelter, a big spiral slide.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
That's what you people call those. Okay.
What do you call them?
Slides.
yeah.
Oh,
Like I'm thinking like this rickety, like scary, like ladder or something. Like, what is that? Let's go down the slide.
Yes.
She just like grabs Whittle and Roxy. Down the slide.
I don't think Nicora's suit allows for sliding.
yeah.
Yeah,
to
I
go
don't
on the
think Idric's
helter-skelter.
battle suit also allows for sliding.
To go on the helter-skelter costs 25 HAL.
I'm walking.
I
Even for VIP access?
Even for VIP access.
Fine. Well, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take
Dang.
Proxy. I'm gonna take Proxy.
Roxy will go down the slide head first, and no one can stop them.
Oh,
Whistle.
absolutely.
Whistle will go as well, but like fold in her flaps and like also go down head first, so it's like she's like swimming.
Yeah. They give you like a straw mat. Oh, it's not straw; it's synthetic fibers woven together. Then they give you a straw mat, and then there's like a little traffic light by the side of it, currently on red. And when it switches to green, you can push off and head down.
Yes.
Incredibly
Yeah.
childish, am I right, Sir Friedrich?
Yeah, you zoom around the orange plastic, and inside it's initially dark, but then quickly brightens up again with different lights embedded in the side and the top. In some sections, it's see-through, and if you look to the right, you can see in one of the see-through sections, you're underneath the Robot Wars arena. You can see the maintenance area. You see sparks flying up, and you see people rushing around. As you zoom through for a few seconds, you can see the maintenance area. Then eventually, you whirl your way down to the bottom, and at the bottom there's someone there waiting to collect your mat and points you to the stairs, nearby stairs that head up back to the top again.
I don't want to do it again, but still kind of nauseous. Just kind of like waddles to like sort of like tries to like center herself and get back, just get to the exit, not to the ride start again. But that was fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't have to go back up. It's not telling you like go back up or else. It's just
Go back up.
yes.
You have to ride again.
Yeah.
Suddenly
Like
a gang of people
riding.
appear, and they've all got metal rods.
Yeah, they've all got spiral heads. They're called the Helter Skelters.
Are they in a summer swelter? Did the birds take off with the fallout shelter?
Yeah, there's a sign on the staircase that says "Back to the main event," but you don't have to go that way.
Yeah. So did the guys take the stairs? And we're waiting for
We
did.
We just gotta wait for them.
Yeah.
I don't know what Nicora is doing.
I took the stairs.
Several minutes later, you hear the clang, clang, clang.
I like the idea that Theodric and Nicora are just having a conversation about how best to wage war. That seems to be sort of a theme for these two characters.
They're arguing about, military tactics.
No, you see, you take the starship weapon, you put it on the mech, and then you fire it at other mechs. It's brilliant.
I have no interest in starships. They are not true battles.
You're not using the starship yourself. You're just taking the cannon off the starship, putting it on the mech.
That's cheating.
I mean, no, the mech can support it. Trust me, I've seen it firsthand. It's quite amazing, actually. If you're ever on Sihi, look up the Order of the Sundered Heart. They're wonderful people.
Have you heard about the creator?
The High King?
The creator who created all life. They want to show you their love. My compatriots! Hello!
Yes.
Best
Hello.
time you guys got here.
How was the slide?
You go again later.
I mean,
You can do whatever you fucking want.
Yes, Nicora is correct. Whatever you so desire to do after.
Yeah, a kid with very sticky fingers run past you and almost plants a hand on your thigh plate. And scrambles up the stairs with the face full of snot and chocolate.
I see they were also handling those Automacon-branded thermite grenades. As any sane child would.
Man, I got the wrong parents.
You clearly did not grow up on Sihi.
No. I grew up on Kirst.
See, there's your problem.
I work with augments and.
I grew up on a planet people just call Hella 4. It doesn't have a name.
Isn't its name Hella 4 then?
Yes, but the star is called Hella. We're just the 4. It's not very inventive.
It could be worse. You could
Maybe
live.
I like accountant.
Yeah, you could come from Bernard 1.
Whittle does have a point.
What's on Bernard 1?
Oh, a bunch of crazy
Oh.
religious nuts.
It's just shrugs.
I
It's like,
think I've heard people describe Hell of 4 the same.
I've heard some people in the far past describe Zihi in a similar light.
Droid Belt was named after a god. And then just kind of like walks away. Like, we still have religious nuts.
Yes, we do have people to find.
People to find, robots to save, possibly robots to salvage to save the other robot.
Afternoon.
Hey, just you wander off away from the bottom of the slide.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So
Boring.
as you're walking along, like you see various other stalls and attractions around like the bottom of these stairs, but it is the fringes of the con itself, and soon, very quickly, you find yourself in getting away from people might be nice for some of you, but emptier corridors look like maintenance. Occasionally you see someone whistling as they push past a cart that's loaded with like cleaning equipment, and Roombas trailing behind them. You see like janitorial cupboards, you see like fuse boxes. The lights here kind of you can hear the footsteps of people above you like clanging on the deck plates above, and as they run past the lights in your section flicker, you can still kind of hear off in the distance the nebulous sound of a mass of people and lights and all of the sounds of the convention. Yeah, you're in the underground maintenance tunnels. Well, it's not really underground. Everything's relative in space, but under the main event maintenance tunnels.
What is Fidio? He does a perception check just to see if I can see like any open doors or disturbed like discard in the corridors that would suggest someone has lumbered through here, or something large has lumbered through here or moved.
You bought the scanner as well, right?
Yes, I did. Oh, I can scan for stuff like that. It wouldn't just be a perception check.
Oh, you can do either. You could do a perception check. You could search for stuff. You tell me
Okay.
what you're doing, and then yeah.
Okay, so she's gonna pop out her scanner to see if she can find any energy signatures that don't seem to belong here. She's gonna look for like red paint on the walls, just kind of stuff that would look like or show details of something large coming through this area that shouldn't be. They don't think you'll let me get away with saying, "Hey, can my scanner lead us right to the robot?"
Well, I mean, you have like the broadcast that it's been making. Like, you have enough evidence to do some. Yeah, your scanner reaches out to a short range, which is about like 100 to 200 meters ish. It's all relative, but it's around that kind of range.
Okay.
Which would you like to do first, the perception check or the check with your scanner?
I'll check with my scanner.
Cool. Make a difficulty 4 roll.
Just anything.
Intellect. Sorry. Yeah.
Anyone? Ooh. Would find the way reduce that a little bit?
It definitely would. Yeah, you can apply a free level of effort, I believe, right? This is fully the intent of find the way. Yeah, the first time that you've got to use it for intended purpose.
I think that's the second time you said no. Maybe. Okay.
You do try to apply it to absolutely everything.
I do, and I like it's like a 30% success rate whether you buy my bullshit or not.
Yeah, you can apply a free level of it.
Oh.
Yeah, you look at your scanner and you look down, and I think you get excited for a moment as it pops up with like XR-5, but then it turns out that the full picture is like EXAR5-34, and you've connected. You're scanning some robot that's above you, like their local area network. Yeah, you can't get an exact trace. The fragmentary signals that you have are like they're closer, they're stronger, but you don't have a trace with your scanner.
Okay. And what about like just seeing stuff around? Like I described before, just kind of like looking around and seeing if there's like a trail of red paint on the walls, or because he was red, right?
Yeah. While you're using your scanner, would anyone else like to do the perception test?
Sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be a speed roll, difficulty 4.
Could I spend an effort to bring that? Yeah.
You could, yep. That would be 3 points minus your edge, so it'd be down minus 2 points for you.
All right.
Oh, you have enough XP to do an advancement as well, my dude.
I will look at that in a moment.
Yep.
So would I do that as still have it at 4 and put the edge to 1, or just drop it down to 3 and ignore the other one?
So
it's been a while.
Put the effort to 1.
All right. So difficulty 4, effort 1.
Is he just like keeping an eye out for stuff here? Is that what the role is?
Yeah, it's just looking around. Yeah.
One of it with it.
You have a skill that would be applicable as well, so that would have been one easier, but that's all right. You pass.
What?
I think looking around, like I think everyone is looking around, but it's Theodric who spots something next to this roll. I think you spot looks to be like you've seen janitors, you've seen cleaners, but in this corridor you see what looks to be like a trail of either engine oil, blood. You can't really tell what it is. Some kind of viscous liquid that hasn't been cleaned yet. And it's not like a really obvious trail. It's like a splatter here, a splatter there. But so Theodric, you're an accomplished hunter, and you're able to, click in that part of your mind that hunts animals to, this is the same liquid. It's connected. It's like thick and black.
Yeah,
and,
I'll get everyone's attention to go. I think I might have found a bit of a trail to our quarry.
Ooh.
Follow me. And he's just gonna start following these blots of blood oil. As far as they'll go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, point them out. Yeah, as you keep following the trail, I think eventually it opens up into kind of a wider section of tunnel. It looks to be like the underneath of maybe the main stage, maybe one of the airlock complexes, maybe it's like a storage area. It's hard to tell exactly what, like, kind of got turned around. You don't exactly have an accurate map. But yeah, the tunnel opens up into a slightly wider area, perhaps like about 3 times the tunnel that you have been in. The ceiling is much higher, and there's crates stacked around. You see pillars with thrumming power cables going through them, and you see that in places the deck plating is opened up, and you can see like winking pipes and tubes and lights underneath. And you see hulking in the middle of this space a red metallic object.
Hello there.
Is that XR-5? I don't know why I went American. Is that XR-5?
Oh,
Yes. I think like Cinch is gonna very carefully sort of approach it with her wrist computer out so she can try and connect to it. So it doesn't make any sudden movements. Or knows that we're here. Well, no, that it will know that we're here and it doesn't make any sudden movement.
You're trying to sneak up on it.
Well, like, I just remember the last time his hormonal levels like made him like shoot first and ask questions later. So I don't want that to happen to us. So I'm not sneaking up so much as very carefully approaching. I think.
But you're making it aware of your presence.
Yes.
Okay.
We got your distress call.
Yeah. Roll a speed check. Difficulty 4.
What does this one do? Does assessing the situation help at all?
Yes, assessing the situation definitely helps. Yeah, and just to describe the robot, it's basically as the token, but for the benefit of the people who can't see Roll20, it's a large red robot with 2 large fists, and either side of its head on its chest are what looks to be like an array of heavy caliber machine guns or some other projectile weapon. It has a power pack on its back. It's big and bulky and rounded on its shoulders, and it's got a small squat head that's scanning from side to side. It's painted bright red and offset with gold, though it looks much worse for wear than the last time you saw it, Cinch and Whittle. It's chipped, it's scratched. You can see that its left leg below the knee is gone. It's just sparking and dripping this fluid. Clearly, it's been walking on its stump.
I'm applying an effort to the roll too. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't notice anything that you might have noticed otherwise.
Helps you. I'm good at assessing things.
Whittle will, as they approach, speak in a reassuring manner, essentially say, hello there again, XR-5. It's been a while since we last met, although I don't think you actually saw me face to face. But in any case, I remember you. It's good to speak to you. We've got your message and we decided we'd respond to it. And she's going to use her new ability, which is Calm Stranger.
Yeah, awesome.
So, using intellect points, I can make a creature remain calm as long as I focus all my attention on it and it is not attacked or otherwise threatened.
Yeah, cool. Absolutely. Yeah, I think Cinch, as Whittle starts to speak, I think you finally catch on and notice that in its array of guns, the top ones are powered up and targeting you. And you notice that because as Whittle starts to speak, they power down. Like, oh, that's what that whine was.
Very large sigh of relief.
Yeah, and as you speak, Whittle, a grating metallic voice on like really tinny, poor quality loudspeakers comes out from behind its head. It goes, "I am in pain. Help me."
It's
Yeah,
not gonna
feel
show
free to
we
place
can
yourself.
approach. Okay.
Or any of us roboticists.
Not
yes,
roboticist exactly. I work with metals though. But
Robots?
Metal. So the outer shell, I'm not so sure on my abilities to fix anything inside.
What about the robot?
What? What?
You, Proxy, yes.
Well, I am a robot. Doesn't mean I know how to fix them. Not all people are doctors.
That is kind of not. That is kind of making a lot of assumptions there. Just because someone is a robot doesn't mean they know how to fix robots.
An old Krahoon know how to fix an alt suit.
Yeah.
But are you an alt suit?
Proxy, as you approach like immediate range with this thing,
Mhm.
you feel like the electronic handshake. It's like connecting via Bluetooth. You feel like the protocols, and you get its designation. You get XR-5. You get a serial number, and you have like
Okay.
direct robot to robot communication with this thing.
Nice.
Old direct robot to robot communication.
I think Proxy will be a little more focused on that, and at that kind of connection, be like, oh, hello, what is hurting? Yes.
For everyone else, this conversation happens in like less than a second. You don't get like you get it in like bursts of code. You get like a status report that shows that this machine is not entirely a machine. A lot of its organs are organic and has a partially organic brain. And it gives you a status report that tells you that like there's extensive damage to a lot of the robot's functionality. Most notably, its leg is missing. Some of its weapons are malfunctioning on the lower half of its body. One of its power packs is burnt out. And you also get like a readout of hormone levels. You get like serotonin and dopamine and adrenal thylline. Like you can see that it's in pain from its leg mainly.
Yeah. I guess Proxy will kind of turn their focus back to the others and be like, well, it says that the pain is from the leg, but I think we could have guessed that before. Also, I mean, it's mostly the stuff from the message. We need to fix the pain to probably fix the rest.
Well, that should be easy enough to do. If someone wants to stay here with the robot, I can go forward.
Do you know what he meant by the thoughts that aren't his?
No, I can ask. You could ask too.
XR-5. Can you tell me about something real quick whilst I'm here?
I will endeavor to do my best.
The thoughts that aren't yours. Can you tell me a bit about those?
There are people in my head arguing so loud, so very loud.
Do you know these?
Don't know who to listen to.
Listen to me, focus on what I'm saying. Alright? Focus on what I'm saying to you. They're not you. Don't listen to either of them. Or any of them. If it's more than two.
There are so many.
Do you know what they're saying?
I think the voice of XR-5 is replaced with so we should totally go to dinner next week, and like if we go, can we bring your cousin Nigel? And can you raise the thermal regulator for the big cheese before the next round? It dipped under performance capacity.
Is Big
XR-5.
Cheese one of the robot wars?
It is, yeah.
He's clearly intercepting messages that are transferring through this
Yeah.
station.
Yeah.
Maybe,
The people of Gome should restrict this occupation. They should reject the occupation. The Golden Stag knows the truth.
Well, he's gonna get shot.
XR5. Yeah, it's clipping between different channels.
Wait a minute. Who was saying go back to the XR5 channel?
It's our favorite drama. As I've heard.
XR5, can you go back to the feed that's saying XR5?
Yeah, so cousin Nigel, why did he have to bring his date?
No.
Honestly,
it probably cannot control it if it's not intentional.
Fucking Nigel.
like, who gets a salad and only eats the chicken? I don't understand her.
Hey, Nigel is very clearly having relations with a sociopath.
Maybe we turn off the signal receiving. Maybe that's how the message got sent to the network on accident.
I can certainly try. XR5, do you mind if I tinker about?
Anyone who wants to make a speed check, difficulty 3.
What is this? Like,
It's perception.
Would you say that this is perceiving danger?
Potentially. I'll let it apply here.
is it intuition and
Excellent.
assessment?
Excellent. I have an inability in that.
Is it intuition and assessment? Because that's I
Yeah,
could do
sure.
that.
What difficulty was it?
Difficulty 3.
Mental defense or assessing the situation.
Assessing the situation works, yeah. It's like head on a swivel.
Speed defense.
No idea.
15.
Yeah, as it's cycling through like all of the different thoughts that are in its head that it's not its own, you hear the XR5, and those of you who have succeeded also hear it from somewhere else in the chamber. And I think as we're sat there, out of the gloom, you see a woman leap from the darkness, stepping out from a different tunnel to the one that you came from. And she's softly cooing, XR5. She's in bright yellow and blue robes. Her face is ornately tattooed. She's covered in jewelry. And yeah.
Clearly, someone just runs over to see her.
Yeah, and she steps in, cooing XR5.
I'm going to try to make my demeanor of command as I come to talk to her.
As she walks into the chamber, she goes, there you are. And then we cut to our break.
This week on Kangaroo Court, did slippery celebrity defendant BBTV anchor L. Calbert conspire to poison the prosecution? Watch now on Kangaroo Court, where good justice is never blind. Fair and balanced, only on BBTV 5. Brought to you by the New Eden Gene Bank. Be a better you.
Feeling a little stressed? Want to relax? Come to Cardicook. We've got everything you need.
BBTV anchor Xavier Storges here. Chaz, based on the most recent poll of BBTV's loyal viewers, you've won the award of the most popular reporter. Do you have anything you'd like to tell your loyal fans?
As a multiple award-winning journalist, it is always humbling to hear people enjoying my reports. So thank you to my millions of loyal fans. It takes a lot of hard work and integrity to make these reports at such a high standard, and I am so very lucky to have a team that exemplifies both of these traits. I want to thank my team directly, Khaled Fai, Trey Grin, Goo17, and my sources who will of course remain anonymous. I would not be here if it was not for my friend L. Calbrecht, who always believed in me and inspired me. And lastly, I want to thank our corporate sponsors at New Eden Kunmake, whose funding has allowed us to take our broadcast to all new levels. Again, thank you all so much.
Yeah, we cut back in for an advertisement that's like, now with 23% less meat, sea orange bread.
Sea orange bread.
Yeah, we cut back in for that advertisement, and yeah, the camera shot that we get is kind of like from above. It's a shallow angle, and we see left hand of the screen. We see the new flamboyant stranger that's come out of the darkness. In the middle, we see XR-5, and on the right, all composed very nicely. We see our group of agents, like kind of an anime style shot.
I would like to activate my demeanor of command.
Yes, you may do so.
Ooh.
I would like to put my hands on both hilts of my swords.
Definitely can. Yep.
Who might you be?
No. There's no need for that. Looking at Sir Theodoric. I am here for XR-5. You do not have to worry.
And she looks to XR-5. It's like, given his current state of condition, I kind of do.
I'm here to rescue him. I appreciate your help in tracking him down, but he will be okay now.
And you are?
The mother sequencer of the iridescent claw. My pleasure to make your acquaintance. And she does a half curtsy, half kind of bow.
Do you have a slightly shorter name for more informal communiques?
You may call me Dandy.
Dandy, pleasure.
So, I shall get on with taking him then.
Why is that? Who do you own this creature?
I created him.
You created him.
Yes.
I like.
Proxy's
You do
gonna
it. Like I think like Cinch first kind of like nods to Zenith to sort of make the connection and see if like she can verify that quietly with the robot. But you know, Cinch does have some background history with this, so she's like, "Well, how'd you do it? How did you control the flow of the
Clarity.
biomimetic parts and how do you control the flow of the hormones within them?"
She speaks up, kind of looking over your head towards the robot, and goes, XR-5, Pravit per Baloki, origin. And XR-5 goes,
Uh-oh.
I was made on Heliocytus by Mother Sequencer Dandy Daffodil of the Iridescent Claw. There, you see?
Not answer at all of what I asked, though. But good try.
Remind me again of exactly what you're looking to know.
How did you get the biomimetic compound or parts so perfectly integrated into a robot, and how do you control the flow of hormones so well?
Oh, I see. You must not be familiar with the vein of the iridescent claw. I am of Heliocytus. She says that and expects it to be an answer to all of your questions.
Cool. I'm from the Kira station in the Astrobelt. Like he keeps kind of trying to distract her.
Looks down and knows at you a little bit and goes, Commonwealth belter trash.
Damn.
Oh, bitch.
Wait, what? I'm here.
Oh,
Madam,
wow.
we're not here for, shall we say, locationally targeted, discriminatory, statements.
No, you're right. I forget that societies exist that are less civilized than others, but
I'll give you less civilized, bitch.
You're really rude.
I agree with the robot.
Yes, I must side with my compatriots on this.
well, regardless if you agree with my pleasantries or not,
Is that what we're
XR-5
calling
is my property.
How did
And I
exactly?
will
Why
be
is he
taking
out
him.
here? And why is it that my friend here has interacted with him solo in the past without any involvement from your group?
As I think the young lady knows, XR-5 was stolen from me.
I literally cannot confirm or deny it. I just got paid to shut him down at one point.
Well, it's
But
true.
I don't like you, so I think XR5 is going to get stolen from you again.
What's happening here at XR5 is they're having a discussion, partly an aggressive one, but partly not. But you don't really need to worry about that. But if you observe it from the side and she's continuing to keep him calm.
I mean, also,
Yeah.
can you own a sentient being?
Yeah, the mother sequencer kind of sighs and like holds up one hand in front of her and puts one finger on her first finger and like starts counting down her hand. She goes, the dreaded Arclight Association conducted a successful heist upon my facility. They stole my gyroscope. They stole my war drone. They stole my propulsion technology. And they stole my latest artwork. All gone in a heist. I have been spending all of this time tracking them down. And your gaseousness, I believe I recognize you from recovering my gyroscope. I thank you for that service.
Oh. Oh, okay.
I do appreciate the work that you have all done, but I've been slowly tracking down these items, and XR-5 went missing from Dacia. He was the last piece of the puzzle to recovering my property. So, if you don't mind,
Do you have
if you would
proof
like
of
to help.
ownership?
What? I think they tried to give it before. Actually kind of like ask XR5 like, do you want to go with this person?
I want a new leg.
Okay.
And we all.
Yeah, really. These legs are kind of naffed.
Yeah.
I think after he says that, Proxy, you feel it feels like, when you have a new packet and it's covered in like thin plastic, it feels like tearing that plastic apart. It's hard to put into words, but it's some protocol communication that feels a bit like that. And then XR5 goes, I do want to go with the mother sequencer.
Huh. Okay.
We sure that thought is own though.
I kind of look at her. Well, you look very on your own, and I'm very good with robots. So why don't we help you fix his leg and maybe the communication device that's clearly malfunctioning, and you can be on your way with him. And she's definitely like lying through her teeth, but trying.
Gotta be hard to move with only one leg.
You're lying?
Well, like I'm going to fix him, but I'm just like I mostly want the time to to investigate what's going on with him.
It would be easier to move him if he had both legs functioning.
Yeah. No, let's resolve this lie. This is a difficulty 6 intellect check, please.
What did I do to make you mad? All right. Okay, so I'm definitely using lies and trickery to bring that down.
Yep, you are skilled in lies and trickery.
Can I? Oh man. Okay. Yay. All right. So that makes it 5.
Is there
Mhm.
any way we can help? I don't think there's anything I can do to help.
I'm also
Uh,
I am trained in lies and trickery, so I mean I can assist you. In fact, good advice, Focus.
I would assist, but I'm currently occupied.
I give an additional asset when I help people, so
Oh, does that bring him down to 3?
There you go. That's 2 help from equipment.
Yes. Okay. This is how I actually try to find the way. I am finding a way through
No.
her clear. Shut up.
No. No, go no further. No. You are not navigating a conversational route with Find the Way. No.
I don't know. Fine. Let's see.
But it's what my character would do.
You have max help from equipment. You've got 1 help from skill. So unless you have another skill that's applicable, that's 3 help.
I'm trying. I am deciphering her body language in a way to see if I can pick up on cues.
That is not at all how Cypher works. Plus, you have to stare at her for a full minute.
I think after she spewed her racist bullshit, I totally stared her down for a minute.
Her racist bullshit? She didn't say anything racist.
Elite bullshit.
I have it. A memento from Velaki, right?
Valkai. Yeah.
Valkai, sorry. Could I use that to dazzle them so that they're more focused on the weird T-shirt about the launch?
Doesn't like that stun them for 10 seconds or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Oh, you didn't note it down. Let me pull up the episode. Hang on.
Yeah, it's done. It's kind of like Battle Cry.
Type 1d6 dazzles for 1 round.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, that would be they are hindered in everything they do for 10 seconds. I'm not sure that would help in this situation.
Darn. I can't just open up my armor slightly to show the T-shirt from
and distract her first.
Yeah, exactly.
For 10 seconds, she'd be distracted, and then it would be the persuasion roll again.
Behold, the mysterious box. Shiny.
Shiny.
Ooh.
I kid you not, too. The best part is, it was actually a T-shirt that we picked up, and Cal was just like, it's a Cypher.
I rolled a 20 on stealing a T-shirt.
Yeah, it was a 20, so I had to give something.
Like, damn it. Okay. Totally paying for the 2 edge on this one.
Effort,
whatever. I'm looking at edge and I'm seeing it. Yes, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Look, Nicora's here to help you. It's okay.
I think that's down to difficulty 1 with 2 levels of effort, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right. I'm just do it.
Success. Yeah, I think this manifests mainly. Wait, how is your target number -3?
I don't know.
You've done that wrong somewhere, but that's okay.
The
you
roll
rolled an 8.
still would have succeeded.
Still valid. Yeah. I think this manifests because you're all free agents, and she's hired several of you in the past. Not that you knew that she was the client, but she has hired several of you in the past, and she. Yes, your assistance would be appreciated if you're willing to give it, though I assumed I would be partaking of this task on my own. And you may help if you wish, or if you want to scuttle back, I can throw in a few hull to thank you personally, and you can go back to what is it? The Sun Chariot. You can scuttle back there and receive your payment. How is the belt these days? It's been a long time.
It's like with the new trade agreements coming up, and then the okay, sorry, I got distracted. It's the Festival of Vale just happened, so a good deal of trading ran
Does
through.
it still have a shockingly high murder rate?
Oh no, well, shocking, no. High, yes. No one who lives there is shocked by it anymore.
That's understandable.
No one who lives there is shocked by it anymore.
XR-5, my darling, we're going to fix you. We're going to get you a new leg and take you home. Isn't that wonderful? Yes, that's wonderful.
Cinch just kind of cringes at the stacklingly sweet tone of her voice. Wanders over to the robot.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it should be fairly trivial for people of your persuasion to find a robot leg upstairs somewhere. Any old thing will do. I'll fix it properly when it's back on Heliocytus.
Tell her.
You whisper to XR-5, kill her.
No, totally. I'm thinking I just whispered that to Whittle.
Oh, gotcha.
Just as a quick aside before we get going, and I do apologize if I'm stepping out of line. Is he intentionally programmed to sound like he's constantly in pain, or is that just the leg thing?
I think it's the pain.
I'm just wanting to make sure that all the bases are covered. So that way, if something changes, we're aware of it beforehand.
Yeah, I think the mother sequencer starts to walk up to XR-5, and she places her hand on the side of its head. Just, hush now, XR-5. Here, this will make it better. And brings up her other hand, and it has it's like a lab vial of something. She plugs it into a port under its chin, and the entire robot, if a robot could, kind of sighs and relaxes and sits onto the deck plate, thank you, Mother Sequencer. Hush now. Hush.
Okay, so it is just the leg thing.
Cinch mutters under her breath, her cackles are all up all around this.
All right then. Well, let's get going and find this leg, shall we?
Yes.
Why don't we split up? I wanna look at his communication device for the voices, since we know that one was a little wonky.
Okay, just going back to, again, Cinch whispered to Whittle to kill her.
Yes, very specifically, I think.
Yeah.
Quickly to Whittle.
You picked the worst person to whisper that to.
Oh, you can enthrall her, and Cinch can cut her head off with her cutter's blade or something.
Yeah, as she approaches, as the mother sequencer approaches, you get a better look at her. She is stunningly beautiful, by human standards, so perhaps not to Whittle or Proxy
Blank
or
eyes.
or Nicora, but she could be a supermodel easily. Stunning cheekbones, very plump lips, kind of dark brown, milk chocolate skin. Yeah, just stunningly beautiful under her robes. Has hourglass figure. Yeah, could be a supermodel.
it's worth remembering that they are a member of the Children of the Vein, and thus, they genetically engineer themselves, as I understand it. So,
On that realization, Cinch is probably likes her even less. Just like, commonplace, like just jealousy, just like.
Since there was mention of of splitting up to find the leg, I think Proxy will say to XR-5, do you want Sylva's to stay or to go, or? I'm kind of looking at the lady like, do you want us to leave you alone with this person?
You're asking XR5?
Yes.
Yeah. XR5, you get the sense of just, like, it almost washes over and catches you as well through, like, your link. It's a wash of incredible sleepiness. Like, shutting your eyes and going to sleep would feel so good right now, is the impression that you get from XR5.
I think Proxy has a bit of like, oh, what's that? Like, just being energetic all the time. It's a very weird sensation to them.
Yeah, on the status update, on like the list of what's going on with their system, you see like an opiate.
Mm-hmm. Oh. There you go. Well, so what's the plan, guys?
I think we're going to go grab a leg, and then we're going to bring it back here, and then the way that it was always depicted back home is a series of question marks, and then profit.
Is it not a good idea for some of us to stay here and keep an eye on it?
I mean,
not a good idea, or is a good idea?
Is it not a good idea?
Yes. Like I said, I want to stay and start helping to fix that communication issue.
I will stay here.
They fix the communication issue. Mean something a little more hostile.
I think she respects me a little bit, so I'll stay here and hopefully it'll keep things up with the L.
I can go see about a leg.
I can go or stay if you want. If I can be good at finding things sometimes. Sometimes though, not always.
Here. The part of Nicora's suit opens, and you're like, oh, is he gonna gas out? But no, a little robot comes out, and he's like, this is my repair robot. It might be able to help you find the right arm. It's like a little crab.
Proxy will float down and be very fascinated by it.
That's awesome.
At this point, Whittle just casually walks up to a lady here and says, like, well, it's all very interesting, this robot. Exactly when did this attack on your location happen, and at what point did you find that all of this stuff was missing in all of its various journey across the sector, and exactly how did you manage to track it down? And she's going to use enthrall on her.
Yeah, absolutely. You get the sense that with enthrall, a lot of the time when you're doing it on an unwilling target, it's quite easy to tell they resist. But the Miller sequencer seems quite enamored and happy to enter into a conversation with you. She starts telling you about, well, I was away. I was at a conference, and the Veins do so love calling so many of them, and I imagine that's why my facility was struck. They must have known I was not at home, or I would have struck those bastards down where they stood. But yes, they broke into my west wing of the facility, and we'll go into the story of how the Arclight Association nabbed her stuff.
Can I use the computer programming skill to sort of connect with XR-5 and take a look sort of inside and take
You
a look at the error?
absolutely can. As you plug in, you start to get the same feed as Proxy, for whom it is Instinct. You plug in, you get like the developer API. You see like the status update. You see its hormone levels. For you, it's actually kind of familiar. You flash back to the same interface on the Ice World. Back in Dacia, you remember seeing basically this exact feed, including the text transcript that it was communicating with you through before. And you can scroll back and see the entirety of the conversation that it's had with you so far, along with some footnotes of like internal thoughts.
Oh, what are his internal thoughts?
Nothing surprising, as you would expect. It's like it's more panicked than it gave out. It's like, who are these people? What are they gonna do? It's like a lot of anxiety is coming through in the footnotes.
Was he happy to see the creepy mother lady?
Give me a speed check. Sorry, this is intellect. Intellect check difficulty 4.
Okay. Okay, I feel like the Cypher could probably help with this one.
Decipher is understanding something that isn't in a language you know, which you know computer programming. Decipher, you spend 1 minute examining a piece of writing or code in a language you don't understand. Yeah, this is just understanding language you don't know, which...
I know it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you know it.
Alright, we'll see what I get from difficulty 4.
Useful on Planet Z, Decipher, but...
Not here.
Not so much here.
Oh! Oh! Yay!
Yeah, so you get the impression, looking through XR-5's logs, that she's not lying. She created this robot. It's pretty clear from reading through the logs. You see a strange section of code that you can't access when she said, when she said Pravit Perbaloki. After that, it's like censored. There's like a sequence of code that's censored, but before that even, yeah, you can tell that genuinely she made this robot, and it's not unhappy to see her. It doesn't want to go with her. You can tell that.
Excellent.
Until after she says Private Verbaloki, and then it definitely wants to go with her.
Ooh. So I'm guessing that's some kind of code. Can I hack in and delete that whatever code that did?
You can try. Would you like to try?
I think I would like to try.
Yeah, so this is an intellect roll, difficulty 6.
Keep doing things like that. So let's hack the impossible though. It's still difficulty 6.
Still difficulty 6, yeah. You are going up against someone who is equally capable of hacking the impossible.
Alright, fine. Can the interface tool help?
Yep, yeah, absolutely. I can help.
Okay. Can assessing the situation help?
Yes.
Okay. And how far down do I want to go? You really good or really bad?
Well, yeah, so I'll offer you a GM intervention, which you don't have an XP, so you can't actually reject it.
No.
So gain an XP, and you can give an XP to someone else.
I will give an XP to Proxy.
Hey.
Nice. Yeah, so what happens is, as you do that, XR-5's sleepiness shakes off a bit and like alerts, like, huh, what's going on? And the mother sequencer just like turns and stares daggers at you and goes, You are supposed to be helping.
Well, why wouldn't that be helping? I'm reading his computer logs to find out where the error in his communication is.
Don't lie to me. I know exactly what you did. Do not try to override my command codes. It's very simple. It's courteous, but politeness isn't something that I expect from you, I guess.
Well, as long as you don't expect it.
So, is she just like not enthralled?
Yeah, the only action she can take is to defend herself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
It's just an aside in the conversation.
Yeah.
I guess since everyone else is staying here, Theodric will begin searching for that leg.
I will come with you. And you cannot stop
My
Proxy.
little crab drone,
Yeah.
like gets picked up by proxy, I guess. Carried back.
Yeah. And then their little like claw arms just like cradled in there.
Yeah, so is it Nicora, Theodric, and Proxy head off on the grand adventure to find a leg?
I guess you could say we're really about to get a leg up in the situation.
How come no one threatened him for his puns?
Because my puns are
What?
good.
Oh.
Truly, their journey shall be legendary.
Yeah, so
Ah,
you take a look up in the Blue Group channel, you can see a list of the landmarks at Automacon, and yeah, you have access passes to Automacon. You've bought day tickets or whatever. Cinch has a VIP pass because she's rich. Yeah, you can be anywhere within Automacon that you would like to be.
I would like to head to the arena so we can perhaps forage for a leg that perhaps got torn off and thrown out of the arena.
Yeah, as you walk past and go back up the stairs, you can see like through the see-through part of the Helter Skelter into the maintenance area underneath the arena. As you're walking back up the stairs to the main floor. Yeah, you can head over to the arena.
And I will begin foraging.
I think currently there's an announcer stood in the middle of it in a bright yellow like banana suit. It's got full tails all the way down to his ankles. And ladies and gentlethems, we are soon approaching our semi-finals. And there's a whoa. Today's format will be the pit elimination. Ooh. You hear that as you're going past.
I guess we can go to like the back area of there and see if there's any legs that don't have owners currently. Those are the easier ones to take.
Those would be easier to acquire, yes.
People don't like it if you try to take the ones they're using.
That tends to be my experience, yes. I'm going, if you want to ask around, I'm going to look around the outside of the arena, see if I can't find something.
I could try.
That's all we can ask. And Theodric's going to do whatever the equivalent of like a head pat onto the drone is. Wherever he thinks like the head on a regular creature would be. So I guess like looking at the picture, like right above that central the ocular area. Yeah, it's just like pat.
Yeah.
And he's gonna get into like the outside of the arena.
Yeah.
Proxy watches you go, looks down at the little crab drone in their arms, and be like, I don't know how to talk to people.
You get the clacking of claws in response.
Well, I see that you don't either, so maybe I will try.
So-
yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you can go first.
So, Cal,
Yes, sir.
would this be foraging or hunting? Out of curiosity.
I guess technically it is foraging, absolutely.
All right.
Where are you looking? Are you like, because there are in Automacon there are like people selling robot parts.
I am on like that depressed bit outside of the arena.
Right.
You know, just looking for bits that have been thrown off.
Sure. You're looking for stuff that's fallen off the back of a hover van.
Yeah, basically.
Right. Yeah. Kind of difficulty would this be? Make a difficulty 5 speed roll, and yes, your foraging definitely applies here.
Would that bring it down to 4? Or...
It does. Yep.
All right.
So that's one ease from skill foraging. Yep.
I'm gonna use an effort, so that'll bring it down to 3. So, none of my other special abilities are really going to be helpful.
No, I don't think so.
So 4, commit, effort 1, and I'll take that out of there real quick, like.
Success. Yeah, I think you're able to find among the parts. Don't think you're able to find like a full functioning robot leg that's exactly the right size for XR-5, but you are able to find like a leg actuator here, a piston rod there, like a motor here, and in your head you kind of formulate. You're not a roboticist, but you're like, maybe these bits would be useful, and you're able to find like a collection of useful bits.
I will begin making my way out before another robot can get fallen upon my head.
Yeah. Actually, while you're there, I think you also find. Let me have a look. I think you find a Cypher while you're digging around.
Oh boy.
Yeah. You find. Let me have a look. You find. It looks to be like a monocle. It looks to be like a robot's eye ring. And you gain the Cypher Dark Sight. Level 1d6 Cypher, and the effect is grants the ability to see in the dark for 5 hours per Cypher level. And as is a new rule that we're trialing, you can either take this Cypher or you can gain 1 XP.
I'm going to, since I already have my 2 ciphers, I'm going to
gain 1 XP.
I'm actually going to toss the Memento of Valkai, since it...
Okie dokie.
So type 1d6. 5 times Cypher level dark vision. And what'd you call this?
Dark Sight.
All right. And I just, because I still find it funny, I just changed it to the Valkai t-shirt to have on hand, since that is what the Cypher was. Or would that be lost as well?
You can have the t-shirt, it's just not going to have the effect that it would as a Cypher. You can still have the t-shirt, that's fine.
Okay.
It's a glittery Planet Z t-shirt covered in runes and symbols of a strange language that you don't understand.
No one else is going to understand.
Yeah, only Whittle can understand it, and yeah.
Yeah.
From
right.
Whittle's
And
perspective, the T-shirt is kind of tacky and cringy 'cause it says like, "I went to the launch site visitor center and all I got was this stupid T-shirt." But to everyone else, it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
You're gonna see like Planet Z tattoos cropping up as like those symbols
Yeah.
sort of spread around. No one knows what they mean.
God,
Yeah,
can you imagine
see-
what's going to happen afterwards that happens and that civilization gets into space?
Yeah, on the back of someone's neck, it just says like noodle soup. Like,
You know, I did say that in one of the downtimes that Whittle had a made a collection of that language. So the chances are that the bad tattoos came from that translation, but they didn't follow the translation. They just saw the pretty things.
100%. That definitely has happened at some point.
So I will take this collection of bits, and I will go back to the place where, or what's their name? Not Flit.
Proxy.
See, there we go. Where Proxy and Theodric split up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Proxy, what have you been doing?
Probably still quite close to where they were before. They're just out there. They're still there, holding this crab, and people are like walking back and forth, and they're kind of like, no, no, and they can't really for the first time since you've probably seen them. They seem unsure of what to do.
I think Proxy, as you're flying around, on a stall, you see a bright red shiny apple.
I will go over and investigate the shiny apple.
Yeah, it's a bright red shiny apple. Your senses tell you that it's packed full of fructose and probably delicious to an organic being.
Does the apple seem to be attended?
It is on a stall that is covered in various fruits and snacks. There seems to be different bins. Yeah, it looks like a savory pick and mix.
Proxy will go up really close to it and then kind of look around, see if there's a stall keeper or something.
Yeah, there's because it's Automacon, there's a robot serving behind the stall, and it's currently weighing out a package of nuts that someone is purchasing.
Proxy will point at that and is like, "Can I have?"
Points at the apple.
Yes.
No. I will turn to you and go. It costs 2 Goemese coins. Your internal software translates that to 5 Howl.
Yeah. Proxy will be like, "Okay, I want this, so I will give, yes."
Yeah, you do an electronic payment.
Yeah.
Feel free to take.
Yes.
Yeah.
Proxy will just kind of hold it.
Yeah, I get the impression. How large is Proxy?
Proxy is not super big, but what did I have their size now? They're probably if you stretch them all out, they're probably 4 foot. They're pretty big.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, the apple is around 6 inches across and wide. It's a big apple.
Oh. Yeah, I've Proxy will hold it, kind of try to balance it and little crab bot. Yeah.
Yeah, you have a shiny apple.
Yes.
And you see Theodric returning, carrying an armful of springs and coils, and
Yeah. The anesthesia comes over, Prox will present the apples like, I found this!
Well, that is an apple. That's something.
It's mine.
Right, note to self, do not try to take anything from the drone. Lovely.
Yeah. As you're both up there, you also see off in the distance, you see Nicora Caesar, and you see that in his big knot suit, he's speaking to two other people in big knot suits, and they're entering a bar that has a big sign that says Krahoon Friendly.
Right, I don't think we're going to have much use of him for a while.
I will look at the little crab drone in my arms and I will gently put it down on the floor and say, go home! Go! Go!
Go, be free.
As you drop it, you hear do 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 do, and it dances off.
Oh god, it crab
its
raced the
claws.
entire way home.
Yeah.
Goddamn, now he got it stuck in my head. No. Alright, well, Proxy,
Yes.
let's bring these back to the rest of our compatriots.
Yes, we will go and we will put them together and then we will save the day!
Well, the robot, not the day, but yes, in effect.
The whole day!
Yes, sure. And you will have your apple.
Yes, it's mine.
Yeah, you can make your way back down the stairs. The Helter Skelter has a queue of people, all zooming down it in swift succession. There's also a line of people walking back up. Deirdre, you see the same snotty, chocolate-covered kid running around, and you see evidence of their handprints everywhere.
See, this is why you don't let children handle thermite grenades before going down the slide. And upon our return, I'm just going to tell Cinch, don't mess with Proxy's apple. Proxy is very happy about this apple. I don't know why.
It's mine.
It's tiny, dude. Just kind of look at him so confused as to why he wouldn't understand the glory of a shiny apple. Like it's tiny. Like I just kind of like whisper in, okay, the robot doesn't want to go with, Dandy Pants over there, but I can't break the control collar on him right now.
Do you think, given a little more time, you'd be able to? If we could distract her, get her away?
I want to fix the communication thing first. And why don't we tinker with the leg for more? But yeah, if she wasn't here, maybe. She'd at least stop scowling at me. It's kind of like peek over the robot and see her and stick my tongue out at her in an incredibly mature display.
The most mature.
The most mature.
I was speaking to still enthralled. I was speaking to Professor Bartholomew about the nature of nerves intertwining with the fiber optic cable. He posited that if you blink it rapidly enough, it disrupts the sequences of the telomere breakdown and prevents aging within the nerve cells. I, of course, know that to be absolutely ludicrous. You need a constant supply of bone marrow and stem cells. Would you not agree, Whittle dear?
Well, I can certainly see some of the wisdom of that, given some of the more peculiar biology that we're more accustomed to on Cardicoot. I'm not entirely sure that would work for all of the species there. I'm presuming you know far more about the precise nature of exact human anatomy compared to me. But when comparing to some of the Quelfnal or Turret biology, I can see how some of the interactions there might not work out to quite such a precise degree, unfortunately.
I only ever modified one Coatl, but they were quite happy with the ability to fly not within water. They were quite smitten, in fact, though I must admit calling it Project Icarus was probably a bad idea.
Whittle kind of like as she hears it, and then she goes, "They wouldn't have happened to have one of their names be Bernard, would they?"
Bernard?
Yes.
I don't recall.
Where exactly did you meet them? And then she's just going off on another tangent.
Yeah.
Well, I think Whittle has her at least distracted. I can attempt to be of some use to breaking the control program. Not exactly
Like
the best with computers, but
I point out like the series of code that, you know, this is where he was. Now she said these, and now he's all happy, but he clearly doesn't want to go with her. I kind of give him the stuff and say, if you want to give it a try, I can start fixing his leg.
He felt weird and crinkly earlier.
It felt weird
and crinkly when I was trying to ask if they wanted to go. Like he was trying to break through something, maybe? It was weird.
Yeah, it's definitely command code that's stopping him or interfering. But, and Cinch says this incredibly begrudgingly. He's really good with computers. He's gonna like crawl over to the pile of parts and starts like examining to try and rebuild a leg.
Yeah, do you have any skill with building robot legs that'd be applicable?
Gonna go with I'm good with machines.
Mm-hmm.
And the history that I created for Cinch is that she grew up around an augment shop with her mom. So I'm assuming she'd have some skills there.
Sure, some kind of background. I think as you go over and start doing that, I think within your conversation, the mother sequence will go, Whittle, would you be awfully offended if I go help Cinch with constructing the replacement leg?
Oh, well, you see, if you want some construction, I might be able to help with that, you see, especially when it comes to the actual... I'm not so good with the internals, you understand, but with the externals, at the very least, I could potentially be of some assistance there.
Oh, goody, we can all help. Cinch, dear, don't mess with those parts quite yet. I'm coming over.
Could I potentially help as well? I am trained in tasks to solve problems with multiple solutions.
Yeah, absolutely. I think because there's so many people helping, I think this is a question of when you build the leg, not if. So we get a montage of Proxy like holding bits in place, suspended, and using like your tail laser to weld stuff, and Cinch like stomping her foot and being like, "That's not how my mom did it," and Whittle like crafting away with your armorer's skill, working on the outer panels. Yeah, I think Cinch and the mother sequencer get stuck into the internals, wiring up. Yeah, we get this montage of everyone helping out, and eventually we have someone roll a 1d6 for me, please.
I will do that.
Sure, anyone who would like to.
Yeah, you can do the roll.
A 3. Yeah, if you were to put it on a scale of 1 to 10, you would guess that this leg is around a 3 out of 10 in terms of how good it is.
I mean, it just needs to get back to her ship, so...
But yeah, you have a hobcobbled hodgepodge robot leg. Wasn't that terribly fun?
One of the panels literally just says, like, chaos on it.
Yeah, there's caution tape on one part. It's clearly from Police Robot. There's a motor from like an ice cream machine in the ankle. And the lawnmower parts. Like there's all sorts of stuff in there. Well, I think Cinch, would you like to help me do the honors?
Sure. Be lovely.
Yeah.
I also imagine that we didn't have red paint, so we just like scratched red into it, just like the word red.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it makes it go faster.
Obviously.
The mother sequencer will walk over to will stand up and turn to XR-5, lean up a bit to put her hand against its face again. You know, XR-5, dear, don't worry. Your pain will be over soon. Cinch, Proxy, Whittle, would you all assist me, please? And grabs one end of the leg and like starts to connect up all the various wires. And then for the final stage, goes to Proxy and goes, "My little robot friend, would you be so kind as to finalize the armor panel connection?"
Oh, sure. I guess I will do that.
Yeah, it just needs some heat applied to it. And,
I see.
Yeah, the mother sequencer is asking you to do this because you are a robot. Anyone could probably do it.
Proxy does not get that fact. It is like,
Yeah.
oh, clearly it is because I am the best.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, seal it on, and she Proxy and Cinch, through your connections, you see the rebooting boot. You see the leg loading on, and there's it's not audible, but if you're reading code, in your head it reads like a sigh of relief. Proxy, to you, it feels like a sigh of relief.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the new leg kind of flexes, stretches. You hear a kind of a crunching, grinding whir in one of the actuators. Doesn't sound too healthy, but eventually draws back and it starts rocking back and forth and gets to its feet and towers above all of you. It's about 9 foot tall. Yeah, it's standing unsteadily on one of its own legs and the cobbled together new one.
There's one problem solved. Hey, Mama D, how did he get all like this?
Mama D.
Just on from some form of disrespect to another. And
yeah, you don't get a response.
Fine then. How are you feeling, X?
I am feeling much better, thank you.
Excellent. Are the voices still on?
I hear only one now.
Whose voice is that?
My mother's. Yes, that's right, dear.
So, I'm just gonna look at her. So it's like, I didn't really want to go with you before.
It
Maybe.
didn't know what it wanted before. It is property. It is not a sentient thing. I created it.
It's got a brain in it.
That is more of a moral debate. I would argue, given the fact that it itself sent out the distress beacon that we were following, I would certainly classify it as sentient of some degree.
It has intelligence, but not sapience. Let the philosophers debate all that. The point stands, it is legally my property, and I will return it to the West Wing and put it in its exhibit as it belongs.
What? Exhibit? This
Yes.
marvel of technological beauty is going to go into an exhibit?
Why, yes, of course. I
You're
thought
even
you
lamer
knew.
than I.
I thought you knew me. I am a patron of the arts. The electronic and genetically wrought arts, but the arts nevertheless.
Ah, yes, Spacey A.
So you made a robot with a brain to go in a museum. Why does he have a weapon?
Less a museum and more a private collection, but yes, I will return it to its plinth. It's been dreadfully empty the last few months.
Why don't you just build a statue for that?
Presumably.
Why don't you just sleep on a bed of nails? What a stupid question.
I just.
Do people
I would make the argument those two are not rightly comparable. One is a question about intent, the other is an action of biological function upon sharpened metal. The two are not comparable in the slightest.
She points to Proxy and goes, "Are you saying it would be like comparing apples to oranges?"
Mine.
Oh, you do
not
want to
look at my apple.
You really don't want to do that. But the phrase would be apt in this situation, yes.
Well, thank you for your assistance. I will, of course, pay you an appropriate fee. How about... well, I see that it offered you price for a new leg. I will throw on a sweetener on top of that. And, yes, that will be quite appropriate recompense.
XR-5 was also complaining about thoughts that were not its. I do believe now that it is only hearing the one thoughts. I do
have
believe that
solved that issue.
Yes.
I have solved that issue.
Did you, though?
Yes.
It is still hearing thoughts that aren't its, apparently.
I
You
mean,
are
that
not it.
That is true.
Fine. If it will make this interaction go smoothly without any dreadful threats of violence, you shall also have that payment. Money does not matter all that much to me.
I have the robot.
Sorry?
I want to rescue the robot.
Say that out loud, or?
Let's see. Did she? She probably muttered it loud enough for everyone to hear,
Yeah.
but not as boisterously.
Yeah. Well, the sequence will turn to you and go, "But my dear, the robot is rescued. Come now, XR-5," and I'll start to walk away, and XR-5 will start walking after her. Clunk, clunk, clunk.
Can I? Oh, you're gonna make me roll really, really hard for this one again. Can I use Hack the Impossible and just persuade him, just shut him off for a few minutes, power him down, or persuade him to stop going with her?
For Hack the Impossible, you could shut him off and make him reboot. Yeah.
Do that.
Sure. You spend 3 points. Yeah, XR-5, where he stands, go, the light goes out from his eyes, shuts down.
Oh
Yeah, Proxy, the connection that you feel like shuts off suddenly. It's quite jarring. It's like speaking to someone in a conversation and they're like mid-sentence and then they go, "I'm going now," and like turn and walk away. It's like that kind of weird feeling.
And hoping that like any computer bad program software goes away when that when they reboot. Maybe I'll get lucky and that command she gave will be gone.
The mother sequencer turns and just kind of has like furrowed eyebrows. And what was that for? It looks very confused. Listen, I don't have much time. Arclight, presumably, are on their way. That was a signal that I detected, although I don't know if you're perceptive enough to pick that up. The Golden Stag Revolutionary Front. Think about what XR-5 would do in their hands. And as I understand it, they are very active in this region. None too happy with GOM. You've seen the protesters, I imagine. Let me leave with my property, please.
You don't like the stag. Why don't you let this amazing combat robot stay with us? Do you know how much good it could do?
I mean,
it will do more good in my hands.
All it's gonna do is stand there collecting dust and probably either get stolen again, or the
Think
insides
of it
are gonna rot.
this way. One XR-5, or an army of the XR series enacting the will of the iridescent claw across Heliocytus and the galaxy at large. Do not, I made this robot. Do not take my property from me.
Why not just ask XR-5? People make many things, make many things, and they are not theirs. Make more people, and they're not theirs. Just ask.
Without your command code in it.
She sighs and Proxy, can you make an intellect check, difficulty 5 for me, please?
Oh no.
Unfortunately, madam, you seem to have stumbled upon quite a large number of philosophers.
I don't know that I don't think I have anything that would help with this.
I think figuring out how to solve problems in multiple solutions helps.
Okay. So do I roll that skill? I don't quite know how this
if you
works.
want, or you just take so I tell you difficulty 5, and then you argue with me, and it's difficulty 4 now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, not argue, negotiate using your skills.
20, nat 20, nat 20.
Whittle will put her humanoid helmet on.
Yeah, sure.
I have nothing to contribute, so I'll just do that.
You don't have persuasion or anything? You can't negotiate any of your stuff? I don't know.
I mean,
I could persuade. I'm not sure Whittle wants to.
Yeah. Oh, how does spending effort work? So do I just?
So for the first level of effort, it costs 3 points. You just reduce it from your pool, and then when you go to do the roll, it'll pop up asking you how many effort you're doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Success. The sequencer goes, fine. We're doing it this way, are we? Right. Okay. She turns to XR-5 and goes, XR-5, sweetie, my dear.
Can you turn him back on?
Pravit per Baloki. Yeah, it's
no. You're not allowed to use
we did say none of your command codes.
I'm turning it off, you armed buffoon.
Technically, all of us have arms, so I failed to see your insult there.
True.
And Proxy, you again feel like the crinkling feeling, but this time it's less like it's fighting through and more like the wrap has been taken off.
Okay.
Cinch, you can see from your connection to it, the command code, like the weird block of code, the stuff that's running that you can't see, goes off. You sense like confusion and anxiety building in XR-5 again.
No.
Like, okay, calm. Like, Sin should probably just like, calm down, big guy. It's okay. You're like, we're not here to hurt you. Just gotta
I do
breathe.
not know, Mother. What is go? I. Yeah, you get just a rush of anxiety from it. You see, is this really the life you want for XR-5?
Whittle will use her calm stranger again. Don't worry, XR-5. You see, we're just like to ask you a question, you see. There's really nothing to worry about. There's no need to be nervous. We're all friends here. And I'm sure that we can come to a quite satisfactory solution.
Yeah, you get and this is all like out of loudspeakers. It's not actually breathing. You just you hear heavy breathing, which is what your software is telling it to do. Okay, I can answer a question.
Do you want to go with Mama D here?
Cinch, roll me a d20 on a 1 to 10. Yes, he does. On an 11 to 20, no, he doesn't.
Okay. As r/, right?
Yep. /R, sorry.
Nope.
Yeah, he goes, no, I just want to be free.
I think Proxy will give Dandy a very pointed look, like, see.
She will huff a little bit. XR-5, what will you do with your freedom? Yeah, I don't know yet, but I think that's okay. She brings down from the front of her hood. She unclips and like a white veil falls across her face. She goes, be sure to visit home sometime, and we'll just walk off without the robot.
Could I? I'm not going to stop her, but could I like call after her and just kind of be like, you see, you truly are a genius. You've created something that has become capable of existing by itself, and surely that is truly the goal of all mothers, no? And just kind of like try and persuade her to be like very okay with it, even if she's already okay, just to be like even more okay with it, like internally.
Yeah, like gets a little bit away around the corridor, kind of turns to you, Whittle, and goes, heed my warning. Arclight are coming. The Golden Stag are coming. I will not protect XR-5 anymore. And turns and keeps walking.
I just like love the people who have to get the last word in. She just said it unironically.
Proxy just kind of watched her go with the hell kind of with their head tilted, like, huh, that never works.
Well, it did now. XR-5. Do you mind if we go route to make sure that you're not picking up any further signals?
Please stay out of my head.
of course. I
Is it
just want
just
to make sure that you're not picking up any further signals, so all your thoughts are your own.
I am able to sort them now. I can tell what is me and what is not.
Excellent.
Thank you for my leg.
Oh, it was something.
Well,
You could probably get you to a real mechanic at one point, but
we could help show you upstairs if you want.
yeah, now that we've sorted that out, XR-15, do you want to go and watch the Robot Wars?
Yeah, the staircase that you saw, XR-5 will not fit up that staircase.
Listen, we'll find an elevator. It'll be fine.
Yeah, if you hunt around through the maintenance tunnels, eventually you can find the cargo elevator that XR-5 got down here via.
Would you say that we're forging for this elevator?
You don't have to roll. You can just find it eventually.
Cass thinks he's funny.
No, yeah, you should make him roll, and if he succeeds, then we get back in time for the final, and if we don't, then we're too late.
Okay, sure. Let's make it a 50-50. Difficulty 4, speed roll.
Forging?
Sure.
Difficulty 4. Was the base difficulty 4 or just
Base difficulty 4, and then it'd be 3 with your foraging.
Alright.
You've got F on this cast. This is the most important role of the session.
exactly. Oh! I can give him Find the Way as an assistant for this one, can't I?
Oh!
You definitely can help with Find the Way, yeah.
So
I
what?
also find the way, but I assume it's not stacked.
You got 2 people helping. That definitely can stack up to a max of 2.
Oh!
So the way the help on a roll works for your benefit is you can get up to 2 help from your equipment, which includes like someone else helping you as an equipment.
Okay.
And then you can get up to 2 help from your skills. And then you can apply effort on top of that.
Would you even say that I'd be finding safety, getting out of the maintenance tunnels?
You are not in immediate danger, so no.
I'm in immediate danger if we're late for the finals from Whittle.
No.
All right, so just make sure I've got this right. So down to 3 for foraging, down to 2 for find the path or find the way, whatever.
Down to 1 because you got 2 people helping you who are like somehow you've ended up the navigator when they both have like Google Maps pulled up and like no, this way.
No, just like smack him on the back of the head. This one.
Yeah.
And so down to 1.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I'm gonna spend an effort. We did it. We're there for the finals.
Yeah, you get there in time for the finals. Like XR-5, I think we get a somewhat comedic shot of like tiered seating, and XR-5 is taking up 3 rows and across 3 seats, taking up like 9 seats by itself. And we get like the shot of everyone sat around each other in the stands, like someone munching on popcorn, Proxy still holding their apple. And
totally gave our XR-5 one of the t-shirts out of one of my swag bags. Just totally. I enjoyed that.
It's not gonna fit, but it's stretched across it.
Yeah, it's just on like one finger.
Yeah, it's like a
flag. It's just like a little flag on one of his cannons.
It's over his head, and like the armholes are where his ears ostensibly are. So it's like a weird balaclava. Yeah. Yeah, we see the Robot Wars finals. We see the banana suited individual come out into middle arena and be like, "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the grand final of Robot Wars. In the red corner we have Big Cheese. Yeah. In the blue corner, we have Mousetrap. Ooh. And Big Cheese looks like a wedge-shaped robot with a flipper on it. Very classic. Mousetrap looks like Scorpion-esque. It has like 2 pinching claws horizontally and then 1 crushing claw vertically. And place your bets. Engines start. Let the countdown begin. And he steps out of the arena. Yeah. Boop, 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 boop. And the 2 robots drive at each other and clash into each other. And we get it focuses on the faces of our agents as they watch the finals of the Robot Wars.
Yes. Proxy's just like enthralled by it.
And yeah, unless anyone has anything else that they would like to do, I think that's a decent place to close out the session.
Yeah. I think Finch wants to try and like convince the robot to come back to TTGI or tell us. Just because she's not completely, she's not ignorant of Mama D's warning. She just
Penumbra bot.
Also, screw you, Mama D.
Exactly.
I think we'll leave a mystery what happens to XR-5 for now. We cut to the credits. We see the last shot that we get is of a single tear dripping down XR-5's face. He watches the Robot Wars and
oh no!
A wide smile on its face. No, it's not a
sad tear.
It's a happy tear.
It's a happy tear. Happy tear. Happy for being free.
I thought he just really hated robot fighting.
No. And the ending theme that we get this time is not the usual free agents like end of show theme. It's XR5's theme, the music that we've seen when we see Dacia, when we saw him at the start of the episode. It's like the ending theme, but spliced in with XR5's theme. As we cut to the credits, we see the scroll of white on black of the names and the credits and the cheesy soap opera pictures of all of the characters popping up. And as an after credit scene, we see the camera falls under the deck plating of the scene that we have, and as it goes under the deck plating, it transitions to the top of an ice cave, and we see sat around a table, we see some golden armor clad individuals. And we see the largest of them sat with a silverback gorilla motif in the center of his chest plate, and he's saying, "The target has been located. Yes, it made its way out of the maintenance shafts. Yes. Okay, sir. We will recover XR-5." And dun dun, and it cuts.
Oh no.
And yeah, ended a little bit early, but yeah, that's our session. Thank you for playing.